Hello everyone, this time, I will tell you about Wonder Kid from Uruguay. Darwin Nunez. Our Darwin Nunez biography tells you facts about his childhood story, early life, parents, family, lifestyle, and personal life. To whet your autobiography appetite on the engaging nature of Darwin Nunez's bio, behold his early life and rise gallery. Judging by the scenes, you'll agree with us it does summarize his amazing life journey. For biography starters, the striker bears the full names Darwin Gabriel Nunez Ribeiro. He was born on the 24th day of June 1999. His mother, Silvia Ribeiro, and father, Bibiano Nunez, in Artigas, Uruguay. Darwin Nunez came to the world as one of two children, himself and an elder brother, born out of the marital union between his parents. Starting off, the young Darwin was born as a shy kid, a boy with an extraordinary force to succeed in life. Truth be told, the silence and shyness of Nunez did make up for his big ambition to get his family out of hardship. The footballer spent his early life in the shanty area of Artigas, a city in northern Uruguay. Darwin grew up with his one and only brother, his hero, who goes by the name Junior Nunez. Darwin Nunez hails from a poor neighborhood and an impoverished family background. The footballer's parents, starting with his mum, was a bottle hawker and seller. Silvia Ribeiro did that to make her family survive the realities of the early 2000s. On the other hand, Darwin Nunez's dad, Bibiano Nunez, is a construction worker who earned very little with his job. Everyone would depend on Darwin Nunez's mum, Silvia Ribeiro, to feed the family. Darwin did go to school, from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., most times without having food to eat. Like many other kids whose parents could buy their kids snacks, Nunez's dad and mum could not afford him some light meal. Darwin survived by having his school friends. After honing his skills with street football, the younger, at some point, felt ready to try out at a football academy. Following a successful trial, Darwin Nunez joined his hometown club La Luz. Here is the youngster without his jersey, as he just got registered with the club. Darwin credits his first ever football coach for teaching him how to play football and helping him look after his family at times of their needs. Sadly, he lost him later on to the cold hands of death. That didn't stop Darwin Nunez from celebrating him whenever he scores. He once said while speaking about his old friend, "In the shortest space of time, Darwin became the academy's best player." Darwin Nunez felt the need to try out a more competitive academy. San Miguel de Artigas Academy had a way of projecting young kids to bigger clubs in Montevideo, Uruguay's capital. Darwin Nunez's destiny changed on a blessed day, the year 2013, when Jose Perdomo, a Uruguayan football legend and scout, visited his academy playground. He watched all kids play from the side of the pitch. At the age of 14, the rising star finally said goodbye to his family as he was ready to make the biggest journey of his life. Did you know? Darwin Nunez began feeling homesick just after his arrival to the city. He just couldn't be himself despite his new club, Peñarol, making him feel comfortable. Days after days, Darwin began to have the feeling of returning to Artigas. Back to his family. After accessing the situation, Club Atlético Peñarol decided to allow the poor boy to go meet his family, with an agreement that he would return a year later. That saw Darwin returning back to his old team, San Miguel de Artigas, and his family. While there, he began building his mind for a positive return to the Peñarol, a club that waited patiently on their priciest young prospect. At the age of 15, Darwin, after his parents' approval, returned back to Montevideo, this time, very refreshed, under the guidance of his coach, Juan Chain. Within 2 years, age 16, the humble, hard-working goal machine was considered very mature and good enough to sign his professional contract. Before taking the big professional leap, Nunez went through one of the most difficult moments of his life. He was scoring lots of goals and suddenly, a disastrous injury made everything fell apart. Darwin Nunez broke his cruciate ligaments. The emotional blow was so strong that poor Darwin began thinking about quitting football. This decision to end his career came after he underwent surgery. Sadly, Darwin spent a year and a half without stepping on the football field. Here is the young lad at the hospital. Following the full recovery from his cruciate ligament, the forward got summoned to train with the first team, precisely on the 10th of September 2015. Sadly, things didn't go exactly as Darwin had hoped for. After debuting against Club Atlético River Plate of Uruguay, the pain in his Darwin Nunez's knee reappeared. It got so serious to the point that he got forced to leave the field, which he did with heavy tears. At this moment, poor Darwin Nunez began to feel that he won't go far in football. Some of the teammates and coaching staff felt the same. Following the injury, the youngster underwent another surgery again, this time on the kneecap. Just after his second operation and subsequent recovery, the rising star got back to doing what he knows best, football. At this time, nothing was powerful enough to stop his shine and constancy. The rising forward got convinced he would surely make it big in his career. To the joy of his family, Darwin began scoring great goals for Penarol. The video shows how good he was with the club. The goal-scoring prowess of the Uruguayan forward helped his Carboneros side win big in his first season as a senior player. Darwin Nunez helped his Penarol side to win these trophies. At the time Nunez scored a hat-trick in a 4-0 routing of Boston River, Penarol's rivals. His suitors triggered a purchase. The success at the club level got Nunez a call to be part of Uruguay's under-20 team for the South American Championship. Darwin's individual and team abilities are growing rapidly both at the national team and club level. Check out some goals and good performances from the young striker. Playing well in every game, Darwin Nunez led the Uruguay under-20 team to a third-placed finish in the South American Championship. Watch some of Darwin's goals at this time. European scouts from Spain were already on his trail after monitoring his progress at the club and national levels. On August 29, 2019, Spanish Segunda División side UD Almería announced the signing of Darwin Nunez on a 5-year deal. Having begun earning monies in football, Darwin thought of no other thing than fulfilling his old promise to his parents. To the joy of his dad and mum, their beloved son bought them a house in Artigas. And Darwin will never forget his brother's sacrifices, who sacrificed his football career to help support the whole family while he was in hospital and Darwin's recovery from injury. It is pertinent to note that Darwin Nunez's brother, Junior, had joined Penarol at the time of his injury. However, the family problems made him abandon his career. A decision he made so that his younger brother, Darwin, would have the opportunity to continue the fight he started. Junior abandoned his career out of the need to find a job that will help him put food on the family table. During that time, his household relied so heavily on his dad's little income. Working in Uruguay's capital city to bring monies back home was the preferred option. Darwin said, "My brother was training with the first from Penarol. One day, I was going to Artigas with the idea of quitting of football when he called me, telling me to stay. Junior said I have future in football, that he was the one leaving football. He abandoned his career for me, because of the sad things that happen in life." This is a sacrifice the striker never forgets. Back to Almería, in less than a year, Darwin turned himself into one of the club's most important assets. Among all contenders, it was Benfica who finally won the race for his signature. The club acquired him for a club record fee of €24 million on the 4th day of September 2020. Becoming both a serial goal scorer and assist maker made the very best of Europe's top club to circle around him like sharks. Without a doubt, the football world is set to witness another version of Edinson Cavani. Darwin Nunez is a complete forward who has got what it takes to become the world best in his position. This video justifies his huge demand. As expected, Benfica striker Darwin Nunez finally signed his contract with Liverpool on Tuesday, June 14, 2022. For the sake of Darwin Nunez, the Reds offered a dowry of €100 million to Benfica.
Good ball in! Instinctive attempt at a finish from Darwin Nunez. Oh, nice touch from Elliott, perfectly weighted round the corner. Salah, Nunez trying to get in there!
However, the value is included in the clause. Darwin Nunez scored one goal and one assist against Fulham in the first week match, which was held at Craven Cottage, Saturday, August 6, 2022. And a new adventure in Liverpool began.